Hey everybody, and welcome back to SCDC ENT presents The Aged Woman. I am your girl, Miss Nicole, coming at you one more again with some of my crazy thoughts and just some of my motivation to build you up. As an aged woman, I've been through a lot of things, and one thing that a lot of women my age and younger have problems with is understanding how to live with a man. When you have a man, I'm not talking about a boy, I'm saying a man, one that comes home from work, put his paycheck up and say, hey, what bills need to be paid? Hey, I'm gonna take this trash out. The ones that's showing you, look, I'm trying to invest and have something with you. Who's showing you what they're trying to do with you? Those are men who already got something and want you to come and be a part of what they got. Those are men, not emotional and in their feelings and want to argue with you all the time and fuss with you. That's not a man, you know. And you're not a woman if you fussing and arguing and all this foolishness with your man. You doing the same thing and you was just continuing the cycle. But if you are with a man who has established himself, who already knows how to be a man, knows what he needs to do as a man, there are certain rules that you have to follow to keep him. Period. Number one, you got to be in order. You have to be in order. You cannot do what you want to do. Having your friends all in your business. When you finally have kids and a husband, they are your life, not everybody else. Nobody else in this world matters except for what goes on under your roof at your house. That's your number one priority, point blank, period. It ain't no job. It ain't no nothing that is supposed to supersede your family. That's number one. You are supposed to live and breathe for them. Period. Your kids are the fruit of your body. Blessings, each and every one of them. It is your responsibility to get as much good fruit from your kids as possible. And the only way that you can do that is to build a strong relationship with their father, be in order, and connect, be the connection in the family that connects the kids to the father and the father to the kids and the wife to the kids and the wife to the husband. You have to build that. You build that by building a home for everyone, making sure everyone has the things that they need and they're comfortable. You build that by first and foremost respecting the Most High and respecting your husband for the position that he plays in your family and in your life. It's not, everybody gets so scared when they hear, oh, we got to be in order. Oh, we got to be submissive. Being submissive is just another word for being humble. When the way that you be humble is if somebody asks you to do something, you just do it. You don't question why. Or got a feedback or some kind of negative something. You just do it because that's just what they ask you to do. And you just do it. You're not looking for them. When you being subservient and submissive and you humbling your spirit down and serving in your purpose as a wife and as a mother, the Most High is going to bless you beyond anything that you can imagine. He is going to give you everything that you want and then some. But you have to respect the order and be the woman that He created you to be, without the hatred and animosity that you can have. You got to choose the higher route. You could have an attitude with him, but you gonna just choose not to because you love him so much. It ain't even worth ruining the vibe that you got going in the house. When you living with a man, men don't like you overstepping your bounds into their things and in their life. You know, certain men are personal. They don't like you moving things. Certain men, they don't care about you picking up behind them because they messy or whatever. You got different types of men, and your responsibility as that man's wife is to learn what type of man you have. Some of them will just flat out tell you, hey, I don't like XYZ. I don't like this. And when they say that, you say okay and don't do it. Simple. You say okay and don't do it. You understand? And that's being humble, because you could give them 1,000 reactions, but you don't. You just say okay and be humble. Like, For instance, because I can't talk about anybody, so I use my own life as an example. My husband, he's been sick, unable to walk a little bit, his back's been bothering him, and he is such a difficult patient. Oh my gosh, I never met a man that's been more difficult, and he tests me to the very end. Don't move, don't move, don't go so fast. Hold on, stop. And I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I'm letting you move so I can help you. Let me help you. But he's so difficult. And I could be arguing with him and fussing and cussing him, but I can't do him like that. And I don't want to do him like that. If I just sat down and he asked me to go get something, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna go get it for him. And sometimes I have my moments where I fuss and I flip on him, but I love him and I'll do anything for him. And I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm not making him feel it because I got an attitude with him. None of that. Because that's the man that I chose to be with, and I love him. So why would I not want him to be anything but happy? And that's what we have to get to that point. We have differences. You always gonna have differences and arguments with your man. So what? So what? So what? So what? That don't mean nothing. Arguments and stuff like that, it don't mean nothing unless you make it something. He always gonna do stuff that's gonna piss you off. That's just how they is. But the one thing that you can control is how you respond to them. Because you don't have to respond to him in the way that he think. Oh, if I push this button, I'm gonna get her to do it. No, you're not. And you just gotta respect that. You gotta learn these men. A lot of men don't like sex all the time. They don't. A lot of men don't want you washing their clothes. They rather wash the clothes. A lot of men, they might not like their chicken boiled. They might like their chicken fried. They might not like chicken on the bone. They might like chicken off the bone. You gotta learn this. You gotta learn these things. You gotta talk to him about where he come from and his family. When a man tell you about his past and his family and his different relationships, you know what not to do. You know what will piss him off. You don't ever do shit. You don't ever do things to get him to that point. You always stay in your lane and put that box away and lock that up because you know stuff like that has hurt him. So the last thing that you want to do is affiliate yourself with any kind of hurt this man has felt in his past. If he's been disrespected by somebody, if he's been hurt by somebody, you don't want to repeat none of the things that somebody else did to him because that is a big no-no. And he won't trust you at all. The most prized possession that you can get from a man is his trust, where he can rest in you. Here, baby, take my car. Here, baby, take the keys, and not call you and know you just went to the store and do what you need to do and they ain't even thinking, you cheating, because you not. That's where you want to be at. But dealing with men is totally different with boys because men have rules and regulations and things that you just got to do if you want to be with them. And women, you don't make the rules. You don't make the rules. They do. And that's just the way it is. I know you don't want to hear that. I just be single. We get into a time where everybody, even Gail, don't want to be by herself. Gail don't want to be by herself. So you talk about you want to be by yourself. That's crazy. And there's plenty good men out here that's looking for a woman that say that they good and that they righteous. So if you a righteous good woman, then you should have no problem with finding no man, because you should be doing what it takes to keep your man and understanding and listening to what he is telling you and doing your best to abide in that. Now, like I said, you have the option not to listen to me and not to take heed of anything I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is going to save you if you want a relationship. You got to throw away all them little petty feelings, emotional things. All that BS is going to run your man off in the end. And you're going to be by yourself. I'm telling you what your friends ain't going to tell you, because your friends just like, come on, girl, we going to the club. We going out. Nah. I want to do what it takes to keep my house strong. I love this man. I got kids with this man. So if I got to cut you off to keep my house in order, that's what I'm going to do. I don't feel bad about losing no friend. My husband gonna be my best friend. And maybe later on down the line, I'll meet another lady who got the same thing that I got going on, and she'll respect my relationship like I respect her relationship. But when you got a single friend that ain't doing what you doing, she not gonna respect what you trying to have and what you trying to do. And a lot of times you have to cut them off because that's a hindrance to your progress. Anything that's against what you trying to build, you need to get rid of that. Because a man is not gonna tolerate your mama disrespecting him, and he shouldn't have to tolerate your mama disrespecting him, because you should have all that in check. Don't nobody come before your husband, because he chose you to be by his side. And once you've been chosen, even the Bible tells us, he who findeth a good wife, he who finds a wife findeth a good thing. So if somebody done chose you, you done had a blessed, God done bless you to be able to put a baby in you with this person. How dare you not give your all to this person and just do what they ask? It could be simple, like I like orange juice in the morning. If they like orange juice and you only like apple juice, if you're not really in love with apple juice, start drinking orange juice. If it's gonna make the house happy, if or either maybe sometime buy orange, sometime buy apple. But you have to be willing to compromise, and you're gonna have to change your ways, because you living with a man, there is not a lot of room for you to be in your feelings and do what you want, and it's just not. And I'm telling you the truth. A lot of our problems with us keeping women is our feelings and our emotions. We get mad, we want to call the police, and we be 99.99% wrong a lot of the times. And that's how our men end up in jail, how they can't never come home, because we done did something stupid. We done put the child support people on them, and you're wrong for that. Once you put the child support people on them and you put the police on them, they can't never get no job no more. So why would you do that? That's hindering everything. The best thing for you to do, if you meet a dude, if you done had babies from him, you need to support him. By supporting him and stand down with him, you can build him up and support him up enough so he can go out here and maybe he want to go back to school. Maybe he'll learn how to weld, but you got to support him, because this world is not set up for our men to be successful and do things that they want to do. They put us in a position that we supposed to go chasing the American dream, but it's at the cost of our children. Our children suffer because we so busy chasing the American dream. But if we put things back in perspective and set it right, we can fix a lot of the problems that we have. I see the brothers all the time fussing and complaining about the wildness of the women of our nation. But we have to come back as women and remember our place. And we have to stop we're not like anybody that we see on TV. We're not like anybody that we see anywhere. So we have to be original. We have to come at each other original. We're not you're not a face and a smile and a hair wrap. You're an individual. And you're going to learn what you learned, and you're going to be the person that the Most High made you to be. And you have talents and all that good stuff within you. But you have to be in order at all times. And you have to respect the order. You have to respect the order if you want to be with this man, because that's what is required of you. And you understand, you know this. Like I'm not speaking to worldly women, because worldly women may not understand what I'm saying. Because worldly women still is under the mindset that I could have a man and I could treat him how I want to treat him, and I could do him all kind of ways. But that's why they do us all kind of ways. That's why they treat us the way that they do. And some of them just got it in them just to be like that. But a lot of them don't. They're going to give you that same energy that you give them. And if you want something better, you gotta put something better forward. Don't try to have a relationship like somebody else's, because that ain't what a relationship is. A relationship is a personal experience between two people. A private thing between two people. That's what it is. It's not something that you can imitate or recreate, or you shouldn't even try to imitate anything that anybody else got going on. You can imitate the structure, but you should never try to imitate the closeness and the things that you see that goes on within a relationship. You should try to build that on your own, because you build that by getting to know a person, and you can't fake the truth. Once I understood what type of man my husband was and what he required, it's a no-brainer for me. I've been rocking with him. This October be 8 years we've been together. And he's one of the hardest problems I've ever had to solve, and still work on it every day. You know? So I'm telling you, ladies, please take my words and heed. When you running up on these men and you getting with these brothers and you really want your relationship to be different this time, it's you who got to change. You got to change your way of thinking. You got to stop thinking that, oh, if I humble down myself, he gonna dog me out. No, if you humble and show a different side of you, he's gonna know why he fell in love with you from the beginning. It's not about your looks. It's not about the way you dress. It's not about the hair wrap. It's not about none of that. It's about how you carry yourself and how you deal with him. Period. That's what's gonna keep you with your man forever. Not nothing else. You can work out, have a stomach flat. You see Arnold Schwarzenegger had a Caucasian wife, Maria Shriver, and he still was sleeping with the nanny, a black lady that cleaned their house. He had babies from her. Now, come on, man. So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely not about a look. It's about how you treat somebody. It's about you being a genuine, honest, and loving and loyal person. That's what these men missing. Our mamas taught us wrong. Cause you can say whatever you want to say. You call him all kind of B's and H's. This. You can't talk to no man like that. You done lost your darn mind. You might get slapped. You can't be calling no man. No, that's you wrong. Period. You can't just disrespect no man like that. Men in the street ain't supposed to be like that, but they got all that stuff from us. Cause our mamas used to do that to them. Ain't no, you can't do that. And popping and clapping your hands and everything like you want to fight. You need to calm all that down. Because you don't want to fight no man. Because a real man ain't going to fight you. But you don't need to be fighting him. You got these kids to look after. You got thousands of other things you could do besides getting in your feelings wanting to put your hands on somebody. If you want to put your hands on something, learn how to make some dough and go in there and roll some dough with your fists and punch on that or something. But we can't have that. Period. That's you totally out of order. Totally out of order. And when it comes down to the finances, it doesn't matter who makes the money in the house. It doesn't matter who makes the money in the house, because at the end of the day, whoever makes the money still belongs to the house. And however the money is spent, as long as it's spent in the house on things needed for the house, whether that be lunch for the husband, gas for you, tampons, a cigarette, whatever they need, the money is made for the house. I don't have my money and my husband's money. We don't do that. Whatever money we bring is for the house. If I need something, I can get something. If he needs something, he can get something. If the house needs something, it can get it. You know, that's just how it is. We spend every fucking dollar we got together because we a team. If I'm hungry, he hungry. And because we like that, we don't go hungry. Most High make sure we be straight. We always got something to eat. And we done had hard times. Well, we done just ate. We just had food that came out of our garden, but we ate. So I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? You got to be loyal if you really want the Most High to raise you up and bless you. And that's what it's all about, ladies. You not doing this you not being a humble servant to your man. You not being a sucker. You not being a lame. What you being is a woman of God to please the Most High. What could you add? What is more better than that? There's nothing more better than making God happy about what you doing in this world. Nothing. That's better than riches and golds, to be blessed. A blessed woman. She come in the gates. She proud and everybody admire her because of the work of her house and her family. Y'all know the scripture better than I do. But a woman is known by her works. You got a family and everybody decked out in their beautiful garments, and you a proud woman because you did that. What does your work, your hands, your husband, all that speaks for itself, you know? And you have to be willing to give your all to that. And you got to humble yourself. It ain't no shame in being humble. What's shameful about being humble? What's shameful is about being the old lady at the club and you ain't got no man, but you bending all over, putting your booty in everybody's face. That's shameful. But saying, hey, you know what? I know he done got on my nerves, but I'm going to just take 5 minutes. I ain't going to argue with him because there ain't no need of arguing with you. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to let him say whatever he got to say. I'm going to do better next time. And I'm going to just keep it moving. I ain't got no attitude, whatever. I'm used to you. You always fussing at me. I know I got to get right. Take responsibility. If you did something to offend him, own up to it. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I did. I messed up. Yeah, you did tell me not to do this and I did it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Gosh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. What's wrong with that? You know you're going to fuck up, don't you? You know you're going to do stuff that's going to piss him off, don't you? If you don't know that, let me tell you, you're going to do it. Whether you do it intentionally or unintentionally. But things that you know that's going to piss him off, don't do it. Because it's going to cause problems in the house. And you don't want your man to be run off. You don't want your man, don't be all on him. If his actions speak louder than words, then don't be all on him. If he on the phone talking to somebody, chatting on Facebook or something with some girl, or just counseling a sister or something, don't be all beside yourself. Because every night he go home to you. He laying beside you in the bed. So that ain't nothing. That don't mean nothing. So don't take that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I see women get so upset and all irate on Facebook. Stop that. You gotta love these men, support these men. We gotta get back to that. We need our men. We the only nation of women that's like, I don't need no man. I'm single. Don't nobody say that. We got some of the best men in the world. They just need to be reminded that they are. They need to be shown that they are by our actions, because God blessed you with a woman like me because you the man that you are. Right? We got to remember that, ladies. Your action got to speak louder than your words. And you got to humble yourself, and you got to understand that you got to listen and respect your man enough to let him the see, get to know and understand who he is. Like, you know, your best friend, you got to get to know your husband like your best friend. You got to know about his sister and his mama and his family and the this and the this. You got to get to know that so you can understand where he come from, how he's been hurt, and the things that he needs. Okay. I didn't mean to talk so long, but you guys, this is just like a topic that is just burning up our nation, because we these women, you young women are making transformations into being women, and you want a man, but you scared of men. And the reason why you scared of these men is because you don't know how to deal with a man. And the reason why you don't know how to deal with a man is because you've never been in the presence of a man, because your mom didn't show you, or maybe she didn't have a man. But it's various reasons why you don't know how to deal with a man. So and you've just never been around them. But there are men out there, and if you have a man, you have to learn how to respect them and love them and treat them right, or they're not going to deal with you. And you're going to have to be willing to cut this world off, especially if that is what he's requiring. If he's talking about being serious and trying to have something with you, then you're going to have to be willing to cut this world off and buckle down and be the woman that you need to be. And if you're not willing to do that, don't be in a relationship with him. Leave him alone. Let him go about his business, and you go get you the cute, hot honey that you want. So when he dog you out real good and you be all the way broke down, then maybe you could go back to this man because you're ready to be in order. Because that's all that's out there. It's only two types of men out here. You got men and you got boys. 90 is way more boys than it is men. So if you want a boy, continue to walk in the path that you're going, picking the cute, feisty ones in the club with their pants hanging off their butt that don't have no intention of doing anything but smashing you. But you got somebody in the cut that's like talking to you, getting to know you, want to know your kids, want to know about you. He's there. And he's feeling you, but you don't want to give him a chance because you still worrying about Pretty Tony. Pretty Tony gonna run your credit up and leave you high and dry. I'm just letting you know. So I love you. Please take my words in heed or not. If you like what I'm saying, please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nicole Queen Minded Archer. I have videos, tons of videos on there for you guys to check out. And you can always send me an email at queenfromcreation@gmail.com. I always read my emails. I appreciate you guys' support, and you guys have a great one.